John McCaig, JesusChristTrust.net. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks everyone for the support. The donations you make move this work forward. And I'm moving towards getting out there in the public and, doing some work on the face-to-face level. I have to get a website finished and so on. And I'm working on a vehicle to get out and amongst and actually have that. I'll keep you posted. Okay, what does Christ mean? What does that word mean? Everyone says, oh, it means the anointed one. I don't. I mean, these are people preaching out there. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Like, not a single human I've ever spoken to, and I mean absolutely no one in my entire life, has given me any definition past, oh, that means the anointed one. Nothing, right? Oh, anointed with what? Oil. Oh, okay. Then there's with cannabis oil. And, it's no. No. What does anointed? Anointed means the chosen one, right? Chosen one. Chosen to do what? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're captain. Oh, you're anointed. To do what? To be captain of an army. Oh, you're teacher. You're anointed to. Oh, I teach people. Oh, you're anointed to be. Oh, nurse. Oh, okay, you're a nurse. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, you're anointed to be a surfer. Oh, you're a great surfer. Oh, okay, whatever. Like anointed one just means, oh, you're the chosen one, but to do what? What's the title for? I've never met anyone that could say a single word about this. Not ever. I never met it, and so this is just further proof of who I am. The anointed one. What does it mean? What does it mean? It's so easy. It's so easy. Okay, I'll just, tell you right off what it means, and then I'll explain it to you. Okay, Christ means ruler of the crystal sphere, right? Okay, see a rainbow. There's no other methodology to create a rainbow, is there? Except for light has to pass through a crystal. There's no other method. There isn't another method. There will be no other method. That's the only method. Okay. So that's why you see, if you go to the beach and you get in the shower, you're in an outdoor shower, let me rinse the sand off, and you're standing in that shower, it's sunny out, there's a rainbow in the shower. Same with, let me turn on the water sprinkler outside, I'll get one of those back and forth water sprinklers or whatever kind, and it's shooting a bunch of water into the air. What do you see? A rainbow. Oh my God, a rainbow. But now let's mix that up with your inside, and you take a shower like every day or whatever, you know what I mean? A lot of times, never seen a rainbow in a shower indoors. I met one of these, fallen angels that said, oh yeah, I see rainbow in my indoor shower all the time. I'm like, what do you do? What? You do not. That's, they'll just lie about anything. It's so funny. I know, I see one in there. I'm like, what? So you're the only one? It's hilarious. So, you don't see a rainbow in an indoor shower, but rainbows are supposed to be made with light and water drops. Well, we got light, we got water drops in the indoor shower, but where's a rainbow? No rainbow. Whoops. See, so the plot thins there. It's like, wait a minute, your explanation does not match the reality that everyone goes through every single day. So what's different about the quality of the light outdoors? Everybody said, oh, it's sunlight, that's why. Yeah, well, it's still just light. So what's the difference in sunlight as opposed to indoor light, right? That's just glass and a bulb, right? That's a light bulb. But there's no crystal. Like, it's no, that glass isn't made out of diamond, right? It's not like crystal. It's not like a sapphire glass or whatever, right? That's not what it is. And so the only way to produce a rainbow is if light passes through a crystal, proving that sunlight is passing through a crystal dome over our head. That's what's happening. Okay? Now, when you see a double rainbow, the lower rainbow is always like Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, right? Violet is always on the bottom, and red is on the top of a second rainbow. The lower rainbow is always that, right? Violet at the bottom, red at the top, which is the opposite of the colors of the chakras. But if you look at the second rainbow in a double rainbow, it goes the opposite. It goes from red to violet, right? Indigo. It goes from red to violet. Okay, so that's opposite of the one below it. Do you see? How is that possible? I'll explain it to you. So if you look at Mayor Baba's flag, it's of the top one, the top rainbow, the reflected rainbow up top, right, from red to violet. If you look at the if you look at the flag for the, the fallen angels, the, we priders, I don't know what they call that, trans, whatever, I don't even know what they call that stuff, but for the fallen angel flag is violet to red, right? Violet on the bottom and red on the top. The opposite of our chakras. They're always trying to get you to do the opposite thing here. Okay, so how does this occur, this double rainbow, right? Well, if you look at like a single reflex camera, if you look at the camera, see the dome is like a lens on a camera. Here comes the light from the sun, and it goes through this dome. And what happens? Like you're at a mirror for, like a fun house, right? It switches. It makes it upside down, and then it hits this mirror in this position, right? And it's still continuing its journey, isn't it? It's reflected, and it goes up, 1, 2, and then it's reflected up here and comes down off a prism, right? So prism makes it again do this, invert. Again, so this is just a mirror, nothing happens. Prism, what happens? It goes back the other way. You see what I'm saying? So in old cameras, like they use a 110 film and it has a viewfinder from the top, and you just look down into it. In other words, this part is missing. Here, you just look at the mirror right here, and the image is upside down because this isn't here. The second prism, the second crystalline structure, right? This right here makes it invert. This lens, a lens can make it do it as well, you see? So that's how what's occurring is the first rainbow is like this mirror right here. The raindrops, see, there's no wall up under the dome. There's nothing above our heads between us and the dome. So the only place a rainbow can go is onto rain, because that's the only thing that's up there, right? There's nothing else up there for it to go on. And so raindrops made of water, which has which is the same shape as this, isn't it? A water drop has the same shape. It also has two qualities to it. One, it's reflected off the the back of the water, and that's how you see the first rainbow, because it's just water up there. And at this point, the image coalesces right at boing, at that point, and it's rainbow right at that exact point. Okay, now what's it doing? It's hitting the back of the water drops, isn't it? And so you can see this from that. It's against the water, but it's also reflected up. This up and forward, this bottom rainbow, if you ever get close to a rainbow, a double rainbow, this second rainbow is actually much closer to you, and this one is much further away. This one's closer, this one's further away, because this is reflected up and toward you. It's reflected, the sun's behind you. If you see a rainbow, the sun is always behind you. It's not in front of you, it's behind you. So it's shining, through the dome. It hits this water, a rainbow. Then it's reflected up and forward, and you see a fainter, because it's just a reflection, it's not all light, right? Just some of it's reflected off the rain, and a whole lot more of it, right? Most of the light either stops here, right, and is reflected up, and not much light gets back up, or the light gets through the space between the raindrops and is in here, right? So not that much gets reflected up. Comparison. See how the rainbow is lighter than this rainbow? And see how more light goes through. That's why there's always more light under the first rainbow as opposed to, but after, on top of the first rainbow. See how this is the darker patch? This is the, has just light streaming through it, from above. So, and this has all the light. Okay, so it makes it look like, the appearance of all the light goes through here except for this. So it's much lighter underneath the dome. Okay, that's why this is Mary Baba's flag. This is why this is the devil's flag. All right, this one's about why? Because this is the upside down world, right? You think you're not under a dome, right? Yeah, how can you? There's space. Why? Because you're told there's space. It's impossible. A rainbow proves there is no space above you, right? There's a dome. What's above the dome? Water and ocean. God is the ocean above us, right? It's blue during the day, it's black at night. That's what happens to water and ocean. Yeah, it's not really that hard to figure out. The tougher part to live with is obviously that you've been lied to your whole entire lifetime by these fallen angels that are trying to keep you in the dome. So the truth sets you free. Once you know what the truth is, that sets you free. So the meaning of Christ is the ruler of the crystal sphere. This crystal sphere, of course, heaven is the sun, and that's another crystal sphere, and the moon is hell, and that's another crystal sphere, and all the other spheres up there that we see, not the stars, right, but the other spheres we see, right, all that's, more crystal spheres. So Christ is the ruler of all the crystal spheres, not just this one, but all of them. It's like a giant clock up there. Everything trades position. After, the time loop does reset into another time loop at some point, that's called Mahapralaya. And then this other one in Sanskrit, and this one is Pralaya. 64-year time loop is just Pralaya. Keeps happening. The name that rules all the times and so on is Jesus Christ. So the one that wins the game first, is the one that wins the game first every time and has to come into every time loop and win the game first. Obviously, I won this game first. I can explain every detail to everyone about this game. I won it first. I have Christ consciousness, so pretty obvious who I am. Does that negate that God is coming on 9/11/2033? Of course not. The time loop, what? No. But is there a sheep? I mean, is there a shepherd for the sheep in the dome? Yeah, there is a shepherd for the sheep in the dome. Guess what? You're listening to him. Okay. And if you don't listen, if you just hear but you don't listen, and you don't act on the truth, well, what happens? You're going to hell. And what happens if you kind of listen? You go to heaven. Those are part of this whole problem, right? Duality is occurring here in the duality dome of earth, but it's also happening. Heaven and hell are duality still. The end goal is to become Christ conscious. You go back home to God. You don't come and do this thing anymore. You return to what you actually are instead of this problem. Right? Now, why is this happening? Because God, the ocean, the ocean with no limits we see above our head, and that's just the physical form. The non-physical form is impossible to even fathom, right? God is unfathomable. Is this ocean? Fathom is a depth of an ocean. You can't fathom the ocean. That's why you say God is unfathomable. You use an ocean metaphor, fathoms, to explain you can't understand God. Not fully. No, you can't. Not until you're connected with God or you're one with God. Then you're just one with God. You understand it. Okay? So that's the meaning of Christ. I have never seen anyone explain the meaning of Christ in my entire lifetime. I'm not getting this from anyone else. I'm explaining our reality based on that I know our reality from having been here so many times. Okay. Thanks for the support of the church, and I really appreciate it. It's just a way to get the information out to everyone, and thanks for your support. Everyone that I pray for, everyone that supports this work, And yeah, there are other ways to support it than financially, but that's hard to do from a distance, and supporting my work financially, I pray for everyone that does it, because I couldn't do it without your support. So, everyone that supported my work, I pray for you in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you.